Chapter 592. In fact, these $5 million was made up of Elaine's $2 million, including the $2 million that Lucy had put in as bait. Zora was simply repeatedly lending the same $5 million that Elaine kept taking and losing back to her. After a whole night, the $50 million that Elaine got from mortgaging the villa was already lost. At this time, Zora told Elaine, "Sister Elaine, I am sorry, but it seems as though you have already used up the $50 million that you got from the mortgage." Elaine felt as though she was going insane, and she blurted out immediately, "My villa is worth more than $100 million. You cannot simply take a mortgage from me for just $50 million. You should give me another $50 million for it." "I am sorry," Zora smiled slightly before she said, "we have already signed a mortgage contract, and everything is written in black and white. You were the one who agreed to mortgage the villa to me for $50 million. According to our agreement, you have 3 days to raise the money. If you are trying to raise money, it would be $50 million, plus another $5 million as interest. Therefore, you owe me $55 million in total. If you can pay me $55 million, you can keep the villa, but if you cannot pay me, the villa that you mortgaged to me will officially belong to me." Elaine blurted out immediately, "No, that villa does not belong to me. It belongs to my son-in-law, so what I said does not count at all." At this time, Elaine knew that she could not bring the villa into this situation because the villa belonged to Alex. If she asked Alex for the villa, her daughter and husband would definitely find out that she had lost so much money as well as their house deed. They would also find out that she had mortgaged Alex's villa and lost all of that money. Therefore, Elaine hurriedly said, "Sister Zora, you have already won a house and more than $2 million from me today. So, please, can you just forget about the villa? You have already won so much and made so much money from me today." As soon as she heard Elaine's words, the expression on Zora's face changed as she said coldly, "Elaine, are you trying to run away without paying up after losing to me? Do you really think that I can be bullied so easily? Don't blame me for turning my back on you if you do not pay me what you owe me." Elaine hurriedly cried out loud, "Sister Zora, I know that you are a good person. I really cannot give you the villa because it does not belong to me at all." Zora was very indifferent, and she simply replied coldly, "You should stop talking nonsense in front of me. You can either choose to pay me the money you owe me, or transfer the ownership of the villa to me. Otherwise, I will ask my nephew to come and collect the debt from you." Then, Zora continued speaking, "My nephew is a gangster. If you refuse to pay me the money you owe me, I will ask him to chop off your hands immediately." Elaine cried bitterly as she said, "Sister Zora, even if you kill me, I will not be able to give you $55 million. After that, Elaine turned around and quickly begged Lucy, "Sister-in-law, why don't you put in a good word for me? Isn't Sister Zora your friend? Didn't you say that Sister Zora did not care about money at all? Please help me ask her to let me go this time. Please help me." At this time, Lucy said helplessly, "I am sorry, Elaine, but I really cannot help you in this matter at all. After all, you've lost too much money." Even though it seemed as though Lucy pitied Elaine, she was actually feeling very happy and refreshed in her heart. "Ha ha! Elaine, you stinky woman! Who asked you to show off your wealth in front of me? Who asked you to taunt and humiliate me in the first place? Now, you are finally suffering this fate because you offended me. Your savings, your house, and even your son-in-law's villa belong to me now. From now on, Elaine would be left with nothing at all." When Elaine realized that it was useless for her to beg Lucy, she hurriedly knelt in front of Zora as she grabbed the latter's legs and said, "Sister Zora, you are so rich. Please do not push me into a dead end. Can you please let me off? I really cannot come up with so much money." Zora kicked her away before saying in disgust, "Don't try to bargain with me now. Why didn't you say that you would return me my money when you were winning earlier? Why are you asking me to let you off now that you've lost money to me? You owe me tens of millions in debt. So, how could you possibly be so thick-skinned? Elaine hurriedly got up after she was kicked to the ground. She continued crying and begging, "Sister Zora, I really do not have that much money to give you." Zora simply stared at her before she replied coldly, "In that case, ask your son-in-law to come and transfer his villa over to me." Elaine replied immediately, "No, I cannot do that. If my family finds out about this, my husband will divorce me." Zora glared at Elaine with a cold expression on her face before saying, "Elaine, are you really going to refuse to pay me what you owe me? All right, then. Just wait. I will call my nephew now and ask him to come over and teach you a lesson if you do not pay me what you owe me today. You can either choose to pay me the money or give me the villa. Otherwise, I will ask my nephew to beat you up until you are half dead." Chapter 5